Good evening, YouTube. Today on the channel, just give me a break 1 second. I gotta take a drink of water. Today on YouTube, the 570 Gaming, we are going to be playing Slither.io. If you didn't know, Slither.io is for lack of better words, it's a 2017 version of the old game for your phone, Snakes. Nobody really knows if these are snakes or worms. It really doesn't matter. The gameplay is all the same. You are these variety of snakes, and you can change the skins as I'm showing you here. And you go around, try to eat other snakes. The object of the game is to avoid running into another snake. You want the other snake to run into you. So if another snake runs into your body, he sort of explodes into these little dots, and then as you consume those dots, you get larger. If you are running at a snake and one of you turns and you run into him, you will explode, and he will probably eat your dots and get larger. There's a point system. It's more like a global kind of chat room where everybody's in the same room, and then it keeps track up in the top corner of the top 10. While you're small, you can turn very quickly. The bigger you are, the slower you turn. But as you get really, really big, you can actually surround a snake and give him nowhere to go. So let me choose a color here. I like that one. What should I call myself? Bet you guys didn't know I was going to pick that name. So here we go. Alright, so that right there isn't a... No. See how fast this game goes? Sometimes that's just the way it goes. What I do like about this game is that... Let me turn the volume down here. What I do like about this game is that it's very easy to play, and you can jump in and out of it pretty quickly. So even if you do get eaten by another snake, you can just kind of jump right back into the game. Now you see this right here. This is like the map and stuff. It tells you where you are on the game screen. I can tell you this right now. The more center you are on that map, the busier it is. There's a lot of people in the middle, and they're all trying to get bigger. They're all frantically searching for dots to eat. As you can see, the closer you get to the center, the more these snakes are in a frenzy because everybody's fighting for... and I just died right there. So I can tell you this. I'll call it cheating. But there are people who have this game for their computer. So one, they're using a mouse. That is a big advantage for a couple reasons. One, because it's more maneuverable. Two, because when you're using a mouse versus your finger on the screen here, like I'm doing, your finger actually gets very hot. The screen gets very hot, and anything that you have on your hand will transfer over to your screen and affect how sensitive it is. So that's... that red one right there is trying to circle me. I'm surrounded by some pretty big snakes, so I'm going to get out of this area. I just needed a couple dots. I got them. Another reason why I say having it on a computer is cheating is because they have these mods that they can zoom in and out. I don't have the ability to zoom in and out like they do. I can only see a small portion of the map. They can see a very large portion of the map, and they can plan their routes a lot better. a lot better than I could here on this phone. So I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage playing this game on the phone, but nevertheless it's fun. Usually my main goal is just to reach this top 10 list. Today actually the top 10 list is pretty high. When you see like number 10 there has 11,000 points. Typically when I jump on this game, number 10 has around 6,000 points. So I can already tell that the game is going to be difficult. There's a lot better players on tonight. The game doesn't filter you at all as far as what you can call yourself. I usually say something really offensive for a couple reasons. Not to get myself in trouble, or not that I'm like this asshole. I can be an asshole, but I'm just really not. But really it's just to kind of throw them off. Dang it. See, I was trying to get that big snake. It's almost like a mini victory when you get those guys. Really, I'm just trying to throw them off by saying whatever I want in here. You can say something like, I mean, honestly, it doesn't censor you at all, so I'm not going to get too graphic here. But, I can put... I taste like shit. So... that'll say that, and if I'm in the top 10 list, it'll say it too. But usually that just, see where it says, like, please don't circle me. Sometimes people get creative with their names. And usually it's just to throw other players off. I'm just trying to get them to maybe read my my name versus look at where I'm going or kind of what I'm doing. I'll follow this big one right here for a little while and see where he goes. Sometimes you get lucky. You can be like a little leech and follow somebody and just wait for them to die. And when they die, like that guy's running around real fast right now. When they die... ooh, this one did. Nice. Dang it. There's definitely a fine line between conservative and greedy as far as when you're picking up dots, because sometimes like you'd be like, oh, I can get that, and you're going and going and going, but as soon as especially a big snake explodes, you got to remember his body is spanning a very large distance. Seeing that, that's a little bit of lag that kind of affected me there. But his body's spanning a very large distance. So you might be at the front end of a snake that explodes. And there might be 50 snakes following him. So as soon as he explodes, everybody runs for his points. So you have this conglomerate of snakes all going for his points, and sometimes it becomes like a feeding frenzy, and one kill turns into 3 kills because everybody is just dipping and diving and just they're all dying. And let's see if I can get this guy. Ooh, he barely got away. See, now when you eat the regular dots, yeah, you grow, but you don't grow anywhere near like when you eat a player's dots. When you eat the dots that they let off when they're that guy is huge. That guy is huge too. I am in the middle of a storm here. I like to stay around these big snakes because big snakes attract other players trying to get big. So typically there's other big players just waiting for them to die so they could cash in on all their points. See, there's somebody trapped inside him right there. And then, oh, let's see, we got a couple that died right here. See, I like to, whether you go with them or against them, I like to stick around the bigger snakes. I like to cash in on them dying. Sometimes this game depends on your internet speed. The game can get laggy if you don't have very good internet. And, you know, you'll be trucking along and there you go. See, like the game kind of froze on me. I couldn't turn. You'll be trucking along thinking you're doing a good job, and then all of a sudden the game will kind of lag, and when it comes back, when it loads back up, it's starting to rain here. That's why my internet's lagging. When it comes back up, you'll be dead. This is a fun game. It's been around for a while, so a lot of people are starting to break away from it. So there is room to succeed in this game as far as like making the top 10 list. Now, like honestly, making the top 10 list means nothing. There's no rewards. There's no all-time great list. You could make the top 10 list in your server here. See, this guy's got this guy trapped. You can make the top 10 list in your server here, and it means little to nothing. Now, when you're in trapped like that, there is a couple things you can do to get away. That wasn't it. I'm not having a very good War Robots. That game seems pretty neat. I'm not having a very good... My game is so laggy right now. You can also play this game offline, and I'll show you that here in a minute too. The game's a lot different offline. It's not as challenging. I think it's more challenging when you're playing live actual players, because you can't predict where these players are going to turn. Where like, whoa, see? I can't get over the lag. So since it's lagging so much right now, I'm going to get off of the live rounds, and I'm going to go over here to the other offline servers. So yeah, these are 99% of them are bots. Bots, I mean by like they're not actual real players. They're just computer generated snakes that just do random patterns and things like that. So their moves are pretty predictable. You will achieve higher scores when you're playing offline like this against the AI. And I'll show you. Like in the beginning, you can just go straight. And then when you go straight, you're going to run into a snake that's going to die. And typically, like right here is another one. See? Typically they die. Now, like I can go back. If this was the live actual server, those dots wouldn't have been there. They would have been scooped up by another player, but as you can see, these are mostly computers. So this is how you circle somebody here. Now in a live room with live global players, you want to make this circle as small as possible, as fast as possible, because you always have to remember there's a bigger snake out there. So if you don't get him wrapped up and have him die like that as fast as possible, a bigger snake's going to come along, see that what you're doing, and he's going to wrap both of you up. Because when you get big enough in this game, you can actually wrap up half a dozen snakes or so. I'll show you here, because I'm pretty big now. I probably could have got him too. Look at that. I have 3 snakes in there. Yep. So I'm going to make this circle even smaller. Now see, like the bots, when you circle them, the bots kind of freak out and they just go in a circle and they don't know what to do. Like I said, this game mode is easier, and you'll have higher scores and more success in this game mode. See, I could be nice, but yeah, both of them committed suicide. So down there on the bottom left, you can see I'm number 20 out of 485 snakes in this server room. Once we make the top 10, we'll see how well it's going. Once we make the top 10, I'll think about ending the stream here. Right now I'm just looking for bigger snakes. I could wrap these smaller snakes up, but they're really annoying. I want to get a lot of points here. Boom. Thank you, little guy. Got people following me because I'm on the larger side here. I stay away from those ones that are like boosting, the ones that are like freaking out and going real fast. They're just too unpredictable. I don't want to chance them sprinting in front of me. Sure, I can sprint, but as you sprint, you're losing size. So the longer you sprint, you will actually get smaller. See, I'll take him. So the longer you sprint, you'll actually get smaller. So sprinting, now if you're my size like right now, I've got a ways to go. So, I mean, I could sprint for a good while compared to a snake that's smaller than me. So now we just got to get that Mr. Green guy. And he should be pretty much done. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm getting harder to turn. As you can see, my turning radius isn't what it used to be when I was small. But I am number 15 currently. There's a lot of snakes bunched up right here. And I'm big enough I could probably get all of them. Yeah, it looks like I can. Yeah, I probably got half a dozen snakes in here. Or worms. What do you guys think? I've run into differing opinions on this. Some people say they're worms. Some people say they are snakes. I think that they are worms, mainly because there's no distinct head or tail. They just kind of run and get long, and like their body is like the same size. So to me, they appear to be worms. So now these people are committing suicide. They see the inevitable end. Looks like I am number 9 on the board. So there you go. So then once you reach your top 10 like that, your name goes up on the list for everybody to see. But as soon as you die, it goes away. And you can't, like, it doesn't notify you and say, hey, you reached number 9. You know, congratulations. It just goes away. It means nothing. So now I'm number 8. I know I'm in the offline version, but let's see if we can get number 1 here. When we get number 1, I'll end the stream. Got a lot of snakes coming up here. I'm just gonna tighten this circle. Almost got me there. Now, like if these were live people, this would be very difficult to get multiple snakes like this, and impossible to get them all, because honestly they're gonna be going in different directions. When I go in like this to make the circle smaller, they're gonna cut me off and dare me to come inward. So it's not right there. It's not something you can get away with in the live version. Okay, so yeah, now like it doesn't matter if they eat each other when they're inside, because as soon as I kill all of them, I'm gonna get all that size anyways. So right here, I got a bunch of small snakes, and like I said, they're kind of dangerous because, oh shoot, yeah, I died. So yeah, I was number 7. So I'm gonna end the game, end the stream here. That's Slither.io in a nutshell. It's really fun. I am playing it on a phone, so I'm at a disadvantage. I don't have the ability to zoom in and out like Master Ove and things like that. The guys who play this game and cheat and get up to number 1 player in the world and all that stuff. It's just something to pass the time. But I think the game is kind of dying. There's no updates. Even these skins, I haven't seen new skins in a very long time. So in order to grab your audience, to grab the people, I think you need to constantly update the game, whether it be backgrounds or snake skins, things like that. Sure, you can remove the ads and purchase that for, I think it's $5, but I'm not doing that. It's just something to pass the time. But if you did like this video, smash that like button. Leave a comment down below if you think these are worms or snakes, and if you guys want me to play a game for you. I've played multiple games on these phones, but I'll certainly record them for you and show you some of the gameplay. Maybe you want to see somebody play it before you download it. I can certainly do that for you. But for now, I'm going to go. My name's Josh from the 570. Enjoy.